takes the cup charge, as he does every single day. Pitch, swing and a high drive, belted deep toward right, and he's got Old Glory too. Grand tour for home run number 59.
What's going on, guys? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB Recap video, and I do want to mention one thing real quick is thank you to everyone who has ever served in 9/11, overseas, anything like that. Just if you've sacrificed for America, I just want to say thank you. We saw the first clip where Sammy Sosa runs out with the American flag and then he hits a home run. It was just one of those things that really takes you back. It's one of those moments that you really just cannot explain unless you show it, and I just don't want to say like, oh, remember that time Sammy Sosa? I had to show it just to kind of put everything into perspective because it was a bad day for America, but baseball, it can bring everyone together. And that's what I want to do today with these videos, because I know a lot of people think that it's a somber occasion and that it's not really okay to be happy on a day like today, but it's always good to be positive, and we're going to keep it positive in today's video. One more thing I want to mention before we start talking about baseball is I did post my very first NFL recap today. It was actually not too bad, so if you guys missed that, I will put it in the description as well as the top comment down below. Alright guys, so we have some MVP conversation to talk about. So today the polls came out, they updated the MVP talks and everything like that. So in the American League, it goes Mookie Betts, Mike Trout, and JD Martinez at the 1, 2, 3 spot in terms of the polls. And then in the National League, I think it was Matt Carpenter, Javier Baez, and Christian Yelich. I think it's a little bit funny how they have Mike Trout in the discussion. I do understand that he's having an amazing season, but the Angels, they're not going to make the playoffs anytime soon. So I feel like Jose Ramirez or Francisco Lindor should be in there above of maybe JD Martinez or Mike Trout, but that's just me. And then in the National League, I believe that Javier Baez has earned the #1 spot right now, but then again, Matt Carpenter has been on fire ever since like the second month of the season. Guys, let me know in the comment section down below. Who do you think is going to win the AL MVP and who do you think is going to win the NL MVP? I know I asked this a lot, but as the days progress, someone does really well, someone does really bad, so they can kind of flip-flop back and forth in the 1, 2, 3 order. So let me know down below. Alright, so right now I do have my Broncos jersey on just because I'm celebrating the NFL recap that we posted today, but you guys know I am a die-hard Indians fan, and this does not bring me joy. I mean, there's a good thing about the Indians, but we'll talk about that later in the video, so do not go anywhere. But guys, this walk-off home run made me smile. This was awesome.
Hey, a high fly ball. Does he have it out? All the way back, and that baby is gone. Rays walk it off on Choi's home run.
What's funny about this clip is G-Man Choi, we were playing the Rays a couple of weeks ago, and my grandpa, again, he's just as big as an Indians fan as I am, and he was watching G-Man Choi hit, and he was a fan. So it's just kind of funny that the one player that my grandpa and I kind of like on the Rays, he's the one that hits the walk-off home run. Now, I am a little bit upset because Brad Hand has been amazing for us ever since we traded him for Francisco Mejia. I almost didn't want to say that out loud because I'm trying to forget that name because Francisco Mejia is going to be so good. But anyways, let me get back to the story. G-Man Choi pimps, bat flips, celebrates when he gets to home plate with all of his teammates, and I thought that was a really fun occasion. Again, the Rays, they're having kind of a down year, but they're still playing good baseball. I think they're, what, 7 or 6 games out of the wild card, so maybe they can make a comeback. I'm not sure, but Brad Hand, I think he's going to be all right. We just activated Andrew Miller, but again, we'll talk about injuries later on in the video. So Justin Verlander, if you guys did forget, he started his career with the Detroit Tigers. So I only say that out loud because sometimes people just start watching baseball and they're not really too sure, but I know most of you know that Verlander is a pretty much lifelong Tiger, and yesterday, he made his return to Comerica Park.
Always remember you guys for that.
Justin Verlander has been dominant tonight.
10 strikeouts, he got the W. He had an all-time great Justin Verlander performance and showing all of the fans what they're missing. I don't know if they traded him or if he signed with the Astros. Let me go check real quick. I'm like 99% sure he was traded. Okay, so yeah, he was traded, and this was the first time that he was back at Comerica Park in front of his, ex-home crowd fans. So I thought that was really cool. He was dominating. Just an awesome baseball story.
This ball high and deep right field. Take a good look. You won't see it for long. Grand slam, David Dahl. First career slam for Dahl.
Uh-oh, the Rockies, they are no joke. They are not going anywhere anytime soon. This is the first time in a long time where I've actually been a believer in the Rockies because, let's be honest, the Rockies have always had a really good offense when they had Cargo in his prime, when they had Troy Tulowitzki, even Wellington Castillo was on the team and he was doing his thing. They could never do it on the pitching mound. Now they have German Marquez, Kyle Freeland. They have guys that can actually go 5, 6, 7 innings without giving up more than 2 or 3 runs, which is really sometimes all you need to win in Coors Field. I'm just really hyped that the Rockies are playing well because the Diamondbacks, Diamondbacks, they're doing their thing. The Dodgers, they're still in the thick of things. And I think right now there's like 3 games that separates all 3 teams. And the NL West, along with the AL West, the NL Central, we'll talk about that in just a second. This playoff race is going to be the craziest thing that we've seen in the last decade. So again, guys, like I've mentioned in the prior videos, make sure that you guys have your popcorn. Make sure that you guys have a seatbelt somewhere in your room because this is about to be a bumpy ride. And speaking about craziness and bumpy rides and all that good stuff, Josh Hader, the closer for the Milwaukee Brewers, I don't know why I almost said a different team. Josh Hader's definitely on the Brewers. He got his 127th strikeout as a reliever yesterday, which is a record for the Brewers. And on top of that, they also won the game. So they are now 1 game back of the Cubs. Just 1 game. They were 4 games back. Now they're 1. And again, where's the popcorn? Where's the seatbelt? I can't handle this. It's almost like we don't even have to go over the standings in this video because we see that the Rockies are doing really well. We see that the Brewers are now 1 game back of the Cubs in the NL Central. But who knows if they're going to be leading that going forward because the Brewers, they're playing really good baseball right now. We all know that Matt Carpenter has been on fire the last couple months. Right now, he is leading the National League polls for the NL MVP. But there's one other guy that is raking it right now and has been raking ever since he was acquired from the Nationals. We're talking about Matt Adams.
Adams, a drive, deep right, at the wall. Do it yourself, big man. Do it. 3-run homer. Matt Adams. Yes.
Just a couple days ago, Matt Adams had a 2-home run game against his former team, the Washington Nationals. And just yesterday, he comes in with that clutch home run. And if he continues to rake, the Cardinals are going to be scary going into the wild card and the playoffs.
Try to go inside on Gary Sanchez. We'll see if he gets it there. This ball is crushed by Gary Sanchez into the 3rd deck.
You're going to sneak a piece of cheese, and it's actually a ball that ended up being down and in for a ball. That's 3rd deck.
And since we're on the topic of being scary and going into the playoffs, so Gary Sanchez, he came back a couple days ago. We all know that his biggest flaw in life, I mean entire life, not just baseball, I think his biggest flaw in life is the fact that he cannot catch a baseball or block a baseball for anything. I could give him $10 million to say, block this ball in the dirt. Gary Sanchez cannot do it. But if it requires hitting a baseball, there might not be anyone better at hitting the baseball far than Gary Sanchez. Now, the one thing about Sanchez is he is hitting about 180 to 190 on the season, but if he continues to hit like he did yesterday, where I think he had a single, a double, a home run, if he can do that in the playoffs, and then if Aaron Judge comes back, again, the Yankees, just like a lot of other teams going forward right now, they're going to be scary. One other play that we have to talk about in yesterday's Yankees game was J.A. Happ. J.A. Happ was acquired at the trade deadline, and he went 6 innings, did not give up a single run, and just like Lance Lynn, if he can continue to contribute at even an average level, the Yankees, with Gary Sanchez coming back, with Aaron Judge almost on the horizon, his wrist is still in pain, Didi Gregorius is about to come back as well. If not, he's already back. So the Yankees, they're getting everyone healthy and ready to go for the playoffs, and again, it's just going to be a crazy ride. All right, guys, so that's going to do it from yesterday's stories. Now, I do want to update you guys on the biggest injuries from the past couple weeks and months. So Andrew Miller was finally activated by the Cleveland Indians yesterday on Monday. Josh Donaldson was activated. He will be starting today at 3rd base or DH for the Cleveland Indians here on Tuesday, here today. John Lester left in the 6th inning with lower back stiffness, which is not good. And speaking of the Cubs and injuries, Drew Smyly, the reliever, was just shut down for the rest of the year, so that's not good. John Lester going down, Drew Smyly going down. Cubs fans, I don't know if you should be worried just yet, but that's not good. And then last but not least, I told you guys Aaron Judge still has pain in his wrist, so I'm praying for him. I'm hoping that he comes back healthy and better than ever, but for right now, he's still going to be on the shelf. And then let's quickly go over the standings because we've already talked about it a little bit throughout the course of this video. In the AL East, the Red Sox are still up. The Indians are still beating everyone in the NL Central. It's not even close. In the AL West, the Athletics actually gained a game because they were 3.5 games out. The Astros are now 3 games up of the Athletics. In the wild card, we can see that it's still the Yankees and the A's. They don't even have the Mariners on there anymore. That's how far back they are. In the NL East, the Phillies are now 5 games back. They're 5 games back of the Braves. I think the Braves pretty much got that wrapped up in the NL Central. Again, we've already talked about the Brewers are 1 game back, and then the Cardinals are 3.5 games back of the Cubs. In the NL West, man, they flip-flop every single day. We have to talk about them pretty much at every moment of every single day going forward. The Rockies are up by 1.5 game over the Dodgers, and then the Diamondbacks are 3.5 games back. And then we can see in the National League wild card, the Brewers and Cardinals are in 1st and 2nd place. The Dodgers are 2 games back. Arizona Diamondbacks are 4 games back. And then we see that the Phillies are 5 games back. So, ladies and gentlemen, I know know NFL is back, NBA is on the horizon, but do not miss out on any baseball news going forward. So if you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and slap a like on this one. Subscribe if you want to see more baseball content. I'm going to do more NFL recaps. I'm going to do more live streams. I'm going to do more in real life content where I go out and play baseball with my brother, my family, my friends. So this channel is going to be a little bit more fun going forward, a little bit more different videos. And I just want to say thank you guys all so much for watching. Thank you for always supporting me. I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace out.